Have you ever wanted to know how a plesiosaur swam? Who were the first fossil hunters? Can we bring extinct organisms back to life?
Or are you just generally fossil curious and want to know more about the most exciting and controversial discoveries from paleontology?
In each episode of the Fossil Files, Susie and I will discuss a new research paper from the world of paleontology. We are going to examine exciting new finds, discuss the implications for our understanding of past life and the world, and whether those findings stand up to scrutiny. Susie and I are both professional paleontologists. So that means in our day job, we are busy conducting and publishing our own paleo research and supporting our students, finding and describing and analysing fossils and fossil data. So Susie and I have been friends for years, having done our PhDs at roughly the same time, and we have a long history of finding dark corners in conferences and meetings to gossip about paleontology, as well as the paleontologists themselves. So our interests are quite broad. Susie, what sort of things are you interested in?
Well, I'm interested in what fossils can tell us about past ecosystems. And I'm also really interested in the rocks and what rocks can tell us about past ecosystems. My background's as a geologist. So in my research, I study the ornithischian or the bird-hip dinosaurs primarily, but I also look at the rocks that they're found in and how this can inform us about how diversity has changed through time.
Lovely. I mean, if someone asked me to describe you, might say Susie Maidment, stegosaur extraordinaire. Would that be fair? You are the stegosaur expert?
Well, there's not that many people in the world that study stegosaurs. It's fair to say. In fact, it might only be me.
Take it,
But
take
yeah,
it.
yeah. Well, it's what I did. I did my PhD on stegosaurs, but I have subsequently branched out to all major groups of ornithischian dinosaur and have published on the taxonomy and relationships of all different sorts of dinosaurs.
Lovely. So whilst Susie's busy doing that at the Natural History Museum in London, I'm based at the University of Manchester, where I've done research in early vertebrates in the most part for most of my career, looking at where vertebrates came from, early fossil species. But that also includes lots of questions about evolutionary trees, phylogenetics, and also thinking about how fossils themselves form, doing experiments trying to think about the processes that form them. So between us, we're covering quite a lot of bases, not just dinosaurs, obviously. We're going to be thinking about things outside of that and maybe vertebrates and plants on occasion if we can stomach it. Is that okay with you?
Seems
Um,
right with me.
so the reason we came up with the idea of doing a fossil files was because we're often struggling to keep on top of the literature and we enjoy sitting around talking about science. So in each week, we're going to focus on one of those particular studies and help us come to terms with those new discoveries and bring them to you.
Yeah, that's right. And we don't get to do this very often, do we, Rob? You and I, you being in Manchester and I being in London, we very rarely get to sit around and talk about the current literature and things we've missed, things we might have seen, and things that might interest each other. So it's a really good opportunity for us to learn and expand our knowledge as well.
Indeed. So you don't necessarily have to be a hardcore academic in order to engage with this. We're hoping that anyone just fossil curious can be in there. But then also potentially if you're a student studying, then think of it as an academic paleontology journal club, if you will, where you can sit around to discuss it and have someone to discuss the papers with. Or maybe you're an academic that wants to just be nosy and listen in and hope that we're going to talk about your paper.
If you like what you've heard, then comment in the chat, subscribe to our channel, come back and hear more, and feel free to recommend papers you'd like to hear us talk about.
Yeah, I'm really interested in hearing people's suggestions for papers. It would make our lives a lot easier, actually. So please do check out our website, have a look at the socials and see what we can find once we've set those up. And please let us know what you're thinking about, because really this is about a conversation, not just between Susie and I, but a conversation with you as well. So hopefully you will enjoy the Fossil Files.